Big cat, how you came to be is no longer a mystery. Black sheep is your birthright. It's code for the one who brings the light. I bet if there's a crack, you don't fall back. Remember who you are. No rest for the wicked with their skullduggery. The use spell workers' projection to send out envy, hate, and jealousy. You are the prototype, your ancestors champion. They shield you and send back those spiritual attacks. You are divinely protected from the dummy bats. Yeah. Big cat, the most high, got your back. He sits high and looks low, so don't get smoked or smoke yourself. Big cat moving silence. Only time you speak is to say checkmate.
Conflict. This is intense, in your face, spittle flying, right? Tongue wrestling, or God forbid, you're tussling in the dust. Oh my God. World star. As I was saying, every good, bad, ugly sentiment that you've been holding in will come out. Listen, they don't poke the cat blood. Thank you very much for the mocha, son. Say hello. Big Cat ain't seen you in a while.
Hey everyone.
Yeah, that's my favourite son. But don't tell anyone it's my only son. Shh. Bestie, I know you won't tell anyone. Anyhow, like I said, the good, the bad, and the ugly will come out of your mouth like verbal diarrhea. Well, not really, because you're a big cat. You speak the truth, darling. We don't use profanity, right? And we don't make observations. Why? We've already done the recon. We've got their file. So if the wrong person wants to poke you today, cat, hey, you better make sure that you've got your trainers on, because they might try and fight you. Yes. Because they can't take the truth. So choose to deal with this energy. You can argue and fight, but why would you waste that time, right? When you argue with people, it stresses you out, right? Makes you drink the alcohol, smoke up on everything. You're getting higher than a lion in Zion. While they're living their what? Dastardly life, darling dear. They will still be going on while you mad. No, blood. Use that energy today, darling dear. With the other side of Leo, to be creative, darling dear. Allow the drama for the dramatic. Get into your hobbies, darling dears. Grab a hold of your birth natal chart so you can find out where your north node is. And get to your second, your sixth, and your 10th house. It will show you how to make Skrilla.com. That's money, darling dears. Why do we want money? We want money so we can live the life we want to live. Create generational wealth and be a what? Legend in your own lifetime. Why? Because I already told you. Bestie, did you forget? They underestimated you. Yes, love it. I love to be underestimated, right? Because as soon as you underestimate me, my back is so turned. And it don't turn back around, because I remember Lot's wife, Salt Bay. I will create a halcyon. This is where your salt level is not on my salt level, right? And I did want to go to prison with R. Kelly. But anyway, I digress again, darling dears. Let's carry on. I've got on me USA dress today, right? It's got all these tassels on the end, right? I'm holding it down from the UK, right? Because it's flipping hot over here, blood. I love the heat because I was born in January, so cold month. I love the heat. I don't mind it. But people are so moany and miserable. Everybody's complaining about the heat. Listen, they better be grateful because winter is coming. The North remembers, right? That gas line was blown up. Yeah, you know the one. We don't want to mention no names. And then they blow up the other one in where is it? Nigeria, where everybody's revolting in Africa. Well, almost everybody, right? And so the prices of the gas and the electricity this winter is going to be astronomical. Enjoy the heat, blood. See if you can somehow what? Compartmentalize. Keep some of the heat, darling dear. You're going to need it in the UK. Anyhow, again, I digress. I'm so glad to see you guys. It's been a while that we've been live. Who's that? Desert Storm. Hello from the USA. Big Cat Wave. Let's dive in, darling dears, and see what's going on. Andrea, wagwan. Yes, baby, I try to look cute, but deadly. I'm only laughing with you. My face is straight once I'm out there. Because I told you, I'm an ambivert. Ambivert is extrovert and introvert. Depends on what your energy is. I'll be extrovert or introvert. And in some people, they just get eye tracking, mate. Eye tracking, lad. And I've got on my darkest glass. Right. Let's dive in, darling dears. Let's dive in. I'm so glad to see your energy. It brings more to the life because you're funny like me. We love to laugh and find out she's naive as we sip our mockers. Because we ain't getting smoke blood. Bruh, we'll see stream. I showed you my son has got himself a cat called Cleo. I showed her to you on the reading. I told you I don't have a pet. Anytime the progeny get a pet, it usually ends up being mine, but I made sure that it's not my pet. But somehow the cat has grown on me, darling dears. The other day my son came to me and said, oh, the cat hasn't got no snacks. All of a sudden, I put on my lace front. Well, we've got to go out. The cat has made everybody in this domicile its bitch, including me. But tell no one, bestie, because they're going to think that they can do it as well. Who's that? They, them, and Let me cut my fan on because it's so hot in here. Anyway, let's get a runestone. We've got the planetary energies out. So, be careful with your temper because you will get to them, right? In the Queen's English, right? Yes, you are obstreperous personified. Who's that? Step to Wealth TV. Wagwan! Are you good? Listen, the greetation will go on forever, darling dears. Anyhow, let me bring up the thing so I can actually see on a bigger screen who's here. Just a second, darling dear. Let me, because I haven't gone live in such a long time. It's not amongst the whatchamacallits. Yeah, that one. So I can see the comments. Hi. Yes. Right. Let's dive in and get a runestone because somebody want to argue with you. And I'm pleading the blood of Jesus, darling dears. The blood of Jesus. Don't argue with them. Channel that energy into getting great. Get great, big cat. How else you going to sock it to them? Who's had a loss? I see it. Hold on a minute. Who's had a loss? Sheba, you've been waiting to catch me live. Listen, I told you he's a sneaky cat. I sneak up on you guys to make sure that you are keeping on the straight and narrow. Yeah. Otherwise, I will remind you. You'll get it. I can't see who's had a loss. If you'll put it back in the comments, then I'll have a butcher's. And then let's carry on because I keep digressing. I'm excited to see you guys. And like I said, the blue spanners will be gone from the 1st of October. Become a member where you will get a green spanner and more able to put some more input into the channel, change things around, I needs the help. Janet! M-O-H, are you packed for your little vacay? Anyhow, let's get a runestone and press on. Oh, child. Look at this. We have what answers on its face. So whomsoever wants to argue with you, right, they're on demon time. They will be what? They will be secreting themselves from the crevice of the devil's balls, darling dears, to try and bring what fucking is to your door, to try and have you at hockey sticks at dawn. This person lacks true vision. They come on the wings of deceit, darling dear. Straight from delusional valley. Why? They think they can still push you around. They think that you're stupid. They think that you're having it, darling dear. This is why you must take the high road and mind your business, blood, and drink your water and continue to get great. Don't argue with the feeble-minded. Why? From a distance you can't see whom the simpleton is. Answers represented by the letter A for some asswipe. Yes, baby, an asshole. As I was saying, represented by the God card in runestones, darling dears. This is represented by God and ancestors. They've got no ancestral protection, darling dear. So this person will be a Delilah in your life. If you let it, if you allow yourself to succumb to what? Temporary emotions. What did I tell you about that temporary emotions? Kryptonite to a big cat, darling dears. When something happens that is not to your liking or someone's trying to take the piss. No, they're trying to take a shit in your life, darling dears. Take a deep breath and think about it like a gangster. Think about it. Why would they want to what? Take you off your trolley? Because they've got nothing to lose. They've got no ancestral protection. And they are not of God, darling dear. They're being sent by the devil to what? Muddy your waters. When you are a lotus cat, built to what? Bloom and what? Flourish in the dirtiest of waters. And you've already done that, Shiznai. And you're not doing it today. Especially not if you're in the UK at this 30 degrees, blood. Not arguing with no one, right? I have to add, right? I'm under the fan now. If I am forced to come from underneath this fucking fan, right, to go and argue with someone, it would have to be about my progeny blood, right? And then I'm going what? Without the lace front blood. I'm going to release my braids because what happened is going to happen if I have to come from under the fan. So I've told the progeny, fly under the radar today, right? Because it won't look good. You'll have to speak to me like this through the prison bars. Mammy. Love it. Fist bump. Let's carry on, darling dears. I'm so glad to see you guys. Yeah, someone who is not from God. They're on demon time. They want it with you. Let's get the yellow cards for this coward, this feeble-minded simpleton. Wagwan! Leader Dan, my longest supporter, darling dears. You've already got your green spanner. As I was telling the others, from the 1st of October, all of the blue spanners will be gone. Only people that are actually supporting the channel will get a green spanner, which will give you some responsibilities to. Who's that? Elizabeth. Wagwan. Long time no comment, darling dear. But you always send me your emails, and I do read them, darling dear. I do. You direct me to so many interesting things. Never stop sending me messages. Oracle 7100. Right? Oh, they only remember the good times. Oh, they only remembered when you was a doormat, when you was taking it without the Vaseline, when they was parking their big toe in the crevice of your back. They're only remembering that. Who's that? If you're diva, you're coming in from Africa, from Ghana, Wagwan. Bump, bump. We're getting all nations in here and everyone is welcome. Because when the big cats assemble, we find out what's going on, right? We've got Jupiter energy. So yeah, they're looking to expand their way back into your life, darling. They're like Beetlejuice or Candyman. We've got the 9th house and the 12th house. The 9th house is Sagittarius, only weaponized. This is about you having what? Looked at life in a more philosophical terms, darling. As you've expanded your mind, possibly spiritually. You may even gone to the bookwork because the 9th house is about higher education. We've also got the 12th house. The 12th house of what? Back, front, neck, tabbing snakes, right? That come with the what? Point A and point B, guys. Point A and point B. I told you. There is a foot. The what? Point A and point B. It's tatty because we use it often. They want to come and expand shiznine. Listen, they want to bring up the past, right? The past that you tried to bury, right? You've got your Mariah Carey on where you don't know this person. And people want to come to you with stupid details. But you've got children with them. You've got, lie them I tell. It's immaculate was it? Immaculate conception, darling dear. If Mary can immaculately concept a baby, you can immaculately concept a baby. Whether 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 blood, lie them I tell. You never consummated nothing with these persons or people from the past. You don't know them. You don't. What else do they want? Criminal record. So either they're a light-fingered bandit or they like to push you around, eh? And you got a whole habeas corpus against them, eh? Demo Beckham. Big cat, wave. Still eating the what? Red velvet cake, darling dear. I forget nothing. I told you, my memory, right, is like it's like, how can I put it? It's magnetized. I remember everything, especially my ex-husband's was it national insurance number? I had to give it to the child maintenance. Listen, no numbers. Forget a number. Especially his national insurance number, right? What's this? They're devastated, darling dears. They're in a dark place, right? When they go into their mud hut and climb into that pit they call a bed, darling dear, darkness is waiting for them, saying, hello, my old friend, come in. Where have you been all day? I've been waiting for you. This person is devastated. Devastated. Let's take one from the middle. Right? And there's a thief. Listen, my mother always told me, bestie, every thief is a liar and every liar is a thief. And this person may even be what? A cut purse, a light-fingered bandit, darling dear. A thief of... This is what I don't like. You see, I don't know, mate. That's one thing I can't take is a liar. Oh, skin liar. Because they talk when a gossip. And you could end up being brown bread, darling dears, or punched in the eye because of what they said. Perpetrator of what wickedness? Merchant of slander. They have the dare and they have the effrontery to tell people things after they've just finished licking the crevice of the devil's balls, right? Yeah, there was wasted time. But then again, it's only wasted time when you don't get the lesson. Realize that you are a soldier for the light and you don't want no one on demon time. It's over. You're right, Slim Jim. Fuck shit. This one don't want to come off the table. Where is it? Father God and Mother Isis have entered the building. Yes, baby, blessed. Too blessed to be stressed. You were built to be that guiding light. Remember, you say things like, I am he or she for whom the sun rises. If it was good for Nefertiti, darling dear, then it's good for you. You remember Nefertiti? We discussed this. I told you I'm a budding Egyptologist. Nefertiti was wife of Pharaoh Ramesses II, darling dear. And he loved her so much, he gave her the free run and the management of everything. Nothing went down, right? Without her knowing. The money, the food, right? In the she knew about everything. So you are he or she, darling dears, and you are blessed and not stressed with this wasted time, thieving hoodwinker, right? Who's a skin-peeling liar, who's crying into their fist. Isaiah 48:22, yeah? No rest for the wicked. All right. So they got a line of red. Let's get a line of pink. What do you think about all of this? They're only remembering the good times. When you didn't know what was going on. When you didn't realize things like psychopath, right? Sociopath, narcissist, right? Pathological liar. Those that have the Pinocchio syndrome. They miss you, right? Yeah, they got a front row ticket on a spiritual short bus, blood, going on a field trip, straight past the sign that says you can't F off past this point, right? Tried to make you jealous with a rebound. Listen, who's jealous? Which girl? You need to go and listen to that. I've forgotten who. If you're a Jamaican, you know this track. Which girl can make me jealous? Yeah, go and listen to that. Ooh, you jealous of another girl or another boy when you've already had that Pino Panani? Jealous of them? Listen, you know what it was attached to. Wickedness. Someone who is not of the light. Right? You even cut off their family members. What else did you do? Right? You've taken out the insurance policies, darling. Maybe you wasn't on point when you was around this person. Now you've insured everything. Yourself, your home, your car. Yes, baby. And if you're lucky enough, fortunate enough to be in the USA, if you take a life insurance policy, you can borrow against that policy. Use that money to build a business. 111 in the chat, manifestation mode. Fist bump, you're on the right path, darling. They're in alignment for what you truly want. Manifestation, but it's also a reminder of what? Listen to your intuition and act immediately, right? When disrespect was being served, you got up, darling dear. You got up, right? You gained a new perspective that they are what? From the devil, darling dears. The devil's most diligent worker, right? Oh, it's telling us to go for a blue card. Let's see what this card is on the table first. You see who they really are, darling dears. Pennywise, son or daughter. Yeah. Okay, so it's telling us to pick a blue card. All right. Listen, you've already ended the cycle with this feeble-minded simpleton. That's devastated. And they've got a criminal record. It says pick a blue card. Okay, come on. Tell us. What's this? Listen. Your ancestors is on them like white on rice, darling dear. They've been woken up at the 3 a.m. For what bottom feed? I've got so much more to show you. Why are you sleeping? No rest for the wicked. What's this? Law 10 of the 48 laws of power. Avoid, avoid, avoid. The unlucky and the unhappy. It's making my edges, my hairline blood. It's making it itch just thinking about how bad lucky they are. Let's get some tarot involved in this. Because we are trying to look for, I think, I'm going to move all of this out of the way, darling dears. We need 2 decks. One for you. And one for them. Wheel of Fortune, darling dear. They want some kind of change in their life. They, them, and that wants to come and interrupt your peace and tranquility. Them wicked. Them wicked. Let's read on them first, darling dears. These cards are so slippery and won't come off the table. I'm going to shuffle. This fell off. What's this? Again, it's telling us to pick a blue card. Why does it want me to keep going back to the blue cards? I'll take it off the top. Oh, now they see your worth from a distance. I told you, they're always watching. Sputnik is always on you, mate. Always. Oh, this is so tiresome. Why did I pick up the black deck? But it's too late. It's already in my hands. Okay. Got it. It's fiddly, just like them, darling dear. But fortunately, right, I'm an all-purpose cat. And I'm patient. Okay. Energy around the devil's most diligent worker. What's the current energy of the devil's most diligent worker? Queen of Wands, Jezebel's spirit, darling dear. This is somebody who uses their SEX, their attraction power, darling dears, to bring all of the feeble-minded to their side. This is somebody who is highly intuitive, darling dears. They've got a plan. They're planning on something. What are they planning to do? Yep. While they was thinking clearly, as they was being tormented by your ancestors, darling dears, they formulated a plan in the deep pits of the night. So what are they planning to do? To come through, darling dears. They want a stable foundation. They want to have some kind of celebration. It speaks about a date. Maybe they're setting a date, or they would like an arrangement to meet you, because this is also representing family environment, darling dears. You may have progeny with them. Maybe they want to have some date to discuss the progeny. Baby, oi, bestie. There's a big cap public and safety announcement, yeah? We meet no one nowhere, yeah? We've seen the first 48, and we are masters and mistresses of the CSI. Meet them where? Chat to my lawyer, blood. Send me an email that I'm not going to read. I read the emails like East Island Steve. I put tissue in my ears and I tie my eyes with a scarf. That's how we read their messages. We pay no attention. What else do we need to know about this bottom feeder? They're the king of the Narcs, darling. As I told you, a high commander Terracon. They've gone past the Decepticon to Terracon. Mars and Aries energy on its face. Look, and they come with nothing but unhappiness. Didn't we just say to avoid, avoid, avoid? This is somebody that made if they was in the home with you, not even the progeny were happy. This is emotional torment or torture. Maybe there was a lot of arguments, a lot of fighting. Can't speak about relationships. Maybe they had outside relationships. Maybe they was telling one faction one thing about you and doing something else in the house, darling dear. This is somebody that will dust up their public image. And why do I say that? Queen of Wands. Outside the domicile, they look good. They're quiet, unassuming, and looking sexy, and as soon as they get back, release the Chucky side. Yeah, they say all of that gorgeousness, right, of their high Terracon ways. For you, bestie. This is a knock, darling dear, a knock. All right. Let's give you a quick shufti. Base of your deck, you've got the Two of Cups. You've washed your face like David. You realize that you can begin again. Two of Cups is what you're seeking is seeking you, but you have to find that balance inside of yourself. 1, 2, 3 in the chat. Everything is being lined up, darling dear. 1, 2, 3 and go. 5 of Cups speaks about regret. Somebody's regretting a situation. It better not be you, bestie. If you're regretting this situation, please take yourself to the mirror. Look deep into your eye chakras. And then slap the shiznai out of yourself till blood and spittle flies. How can you regret being with what? A High Commander Terracon. You cried so much with this person, it was like a funeral. A relationship's not supposed to be like a funeral. Right? This is someone that abused power, darling dears. You may have been married to them or in a long-term situation. It was sexually orientated. They got you in the genitalia, blood. They rocked your world as they planted dissent and what wickedness into your cranium, darling dears. Queen of Wands is somebody that likes the attention of others. With the Emperor next to it, this person is sneaky, and this is somebody that would be mad if you found out they were cheating on you. If you found out they were cheating on you, they'd get really angry and fiery and change it up, switch it, quick. So where are you right now in all of this? Getting to the bag, working on my mental health, finding things that I like. This is a new home, darling. There's somebody's got a new getting a set of keys to a business, a home. But it's also therapy. Some of you had to go for a lot of therapy to get where you are right now, darling dears. Who's that? Robin Calburn. New face in this place. Wagwan. Big cat wave. Yeah. You've just about got control of your mental health, darling dears. Why would you be interested in going back to the High Commander Terracon, who only has what front to offer? The front that's been around the world and come through Lisa Stansfield. Posh, clap. You're all good in your hood. You're no longer barking at passing cars, having night terrors, right? Wow. You washed your face like David. You realized what was going on. You read the assignment, darling. The clouds is the confusion that you are no more is breaking up. Sword speaks about what information as well as what communication. You understood what you was dealing with. It could have been a third party. There would always be a third party, darling dears, right? Even if it's not a physical being, it was their ego. Their ego had to be fed. And you decided you ain't doing it anymore. This person is shocked, darling dear. They're shocked at the strength, right, and control that you've shown. Because really, they deserve the kicking. They deserve a gladiator box. Yeah, a gladiator box. The one that comes from right yonder. And you take time to swing. And if you got your lace front right, as you're swinging around, it flies round with you and rearranges itself. They want a gladiator box. How dare they? Right? You realized that there was decisions and choices to be made. This goes to Seven of Swords with somebody who was what? A waste of time. We already saw that from the yellow cards, darling dears. But it's about the lesson. The time is never wasted unless you decide to go back into Guantanamo Bay, right? Choices, darling dears. Yeah, and you're standing on it, mate. You're standing on everything you said. Your basura, go with the raccoons, don't darken my door. Yeah, all of this, restraining order, spiritually protected, right? They also created a lot of gossip around your relationship because of their doings, darling dears. And you not knowing whom you truly were, you was talking to other people about it. People that 80% didn't give a good golly or gosh. 19% was what? Glad it was happening to you. It was popcorn time for them. And that 1% that would truly understand you is not going to come in until you realize your worth and add tax. All right. Let's clarify these cards. So they got the Nine of Swords in the upright. So they're up. At night when they was being tormented by your ancestors, they formulated a plan. Queen of Wands. They thought that they could just come back with a hey big head text, a quick call. Ooh. Yeah, they thought they could come back, darling dear. The Knight of Pentacles is slow moving, darling dears. Maybe they took too long to come back. They should have come back when you still had what? A pitchy patchy hairline and cognitive dissonance. They took too long. Wheel of Fortune. They've seen that you've changed. They see that you changed, right? You don't care how sexy they think they are. To you, they're a hood-looking alfalfa with yarn for hair. Oh gosh! Clarify the Queen of Wands. They think that their appeal, they've got sex appeal, right? They want this stability. They want to celebrate with you, darling dear. They want you to be of one mind. But they come with the Page of Pentacles in the reverse. Not only are they brat pocketers, darling dear, they're an opportunist, a full-on homosexual. They will recreate strings of love, darling dear. We already saw the card. They're living in the past. They think they can just tell you anything and you're going to believe them. That's what they think. They really believe they can come back right now and tell you anything they want. The only thing they're going to get is what the planetary energy said. It's causation, darling dear. With facts, not feelings. They are still attracted to you, darling dears. They want it to work. What did I say? And they think a bit of panania for tum will sort you right out. How are they going to get it? How are they going to get you in that? I can't even see it, darling dears. After you've paid your knees, right? Some of you've chosen celibacy, right? So you can get clear in your cranium, right? So you can become the red light, green light champion. They think, they funk. How are they going to get it? Is this kidnap? Listen, big cat. Go and watch my Don't Get Smoked video, yeah? And brush up on the light kung fu and self-defense. And I told you, if they sneak up in you and try to lift you up, you must spread your legs. No, not for that. Stop it. Stop it. No. You don't want them hypnotized again, darling dear. No, you're not spreading your legs. I mean, spread your legs and balance out your weight. Drop down, right? Because they won't be able to pick you up. And then you use your limb destructors. And we don't stay there for a full fight. We run with our back arched. You just want to disable them, darling dear. Disable them. Look, the feather came on the table. Listen, when the ancestors are telling you don't, you better not sleep with them, you know. They're bad luck. Law 10, remember? It's all over them, the Zemblanity. Let's clarify the Emperor in reverse. Like I said, they just want to come and offer you some banana over to them. See if you... Look! And in some cases, they're trying to sneak away from a situation that is what? A mud hut, right? Built with used toilet paper on quicksand as lightning is about to strike it. Wherever they are, they're happy, blood. They're looking over their shoulder of what they underestimated, blood. No. They're looking back. They want a second chance with you, dog. What did I say? They want another chance with you. I'm talking in that high-pitched voice of the gingerbread man when he said to Pinocchio, "You're wearing a thong." And Pinocchio started lying and his nose kept growing. Yeah, they want to sneak back in your life, darling dears. They want to be in union again because they see they've been watching you, darling dears. Not only that, they've got other people watching. They talked about you so much till you've now got other fan club, darling dear. Yes, 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 yes. Because you're intriguing, darling dear. And because what? You're a big cat. And you come with the je ne sais quoi, quoi, quoi. Remember I told you that. Not everybody can walk the path you walk, darling dears. The DNS wasn't lovely. Matter of fact, it was not fabulous, gorgeous and lovely. And I don't love it. That's why I go for it once, as will you, darling dears. Better to be alone than at the table with the worst type of company, darling dears. A liar and a thief. Ah, they want to work with you. Listen, if you go back with judgment on his face, blood, you're gonna get it. You'll be sorry. You will, and I'll be here saying, "Well, I did tell you," as I shine my spectacles of truth. Because I told you. I did tell you, bestie. They got bad luck on them. They would love a second chance. Judgment in reverse means no second chances. No spin in the block. Over your ancestors saying, I bet you. Anyhow. I'm saying do what you like, big cat. Because listen, everybody's all about free will. Right? But I'm your best friend. And really, I'm telling you do what you like. But in the background, I'm saying, fuck no. Don't do it. Look away. Look away. I'm telling you all of this. Red flag. Red flag. Listen. But I'm not really telling you that because you've got your own choice to make. Yeah? You've already stood your ground this long, darling dears. Know your worth, darling dear. And you've added tax fire energy is new outlook on life. New work ethic, darling dears. All your I nearly said enemy, Freudian slip meant to come out. So you've got all your enemies. So it's a number of people that don't like where you are. But you have to remember, when you stood up for yourself, darling dears, it was a first. Possibly because you're in your lineage. What you was born into, darling dears, you wasn't taught to stand up for yourself. You was taught to bury your emotions. And then it got hot like fire. And thank God that when you finally let it out and cut away all the toxic people, darling dears, they came out with what? Common sense, your flip-flop. And not the other side, where we'd be speaking. You'd be behind bars, right? And then you get your 15 minutes of internet time. And I doubt you'd have ever met me. This is what I'm saying, blood. Everything happened for a reason. There's no such thing as coincidence. No. Remember what they did, darling dears. Like I said, we've adopted a new way of being and thinking. We have the mind of the elephant in India that milked the lady twice. Yes, baby. You may forget exactly what they did, but you remember how it made you feel. Yeah. The memory of an elephant, darling dear. And you've what? Managed to secure the bag, get yourself back on track, new home car career, maybe a new job, darling dears, but your mental health is on the up and up. And guess what? Your hairline's no longer pitchy patchy. 154 in the chat. Well, let's double down on these things that you've done. All these things that's the cards of saying you've done to what? Turn back the hands of time, darling dears, and begin again. You can begin anytime you want. People think, oh, because of my age. Age smage. Age smage. I started my YouTube channel when I was 51, over half of 100. But you have to get away from the negative energy that's bringing you down. People that don't see it for you, darling dears. Those that hate the fact when you decide to step outside the box and be different. What would rather be the black sheep than be amongst the feeble-minded with the hive mentality. Remember I told you that, right? You know all they want to do is fight, and you don't compete where you don't compare. You're already winning, darling dears. You win for your actions and not your words. This also speaks about some kind of fame. Somebody's going to be stepping into the spotlight. Your skills, mate, are being recognized. What? Did you see my son put down there? I'm afraid to lift up the cup because they can just dash in my face, right? Thank God. I'm strong. Oh, I had to lubricate my larynx then. Yeah? Disappointing for air, darling dears. They're a dickhead and a dumbass, and they deserve to be underneath that tree, mate. Waiting for you to come with that fictional cup of what? Energy, darling dear. So they can give you a cup of hopium and cognitive dissonance. 3 of Cups is about a third party. There was always something between you and them, whether it was a person or their ego. Me thinks it's both. Yeah. And God said no. God said no. Remember we already saw Father God. God said no. Hierophant energy. Hierophant is Taurus, the second house. This is about your self-worth, darling dears. Come on. Going back with this person, allowing this person and their energy back into your life, or even to argue with them, is like you're trying to stuff poo back into it's like you're trying to stuff poo back into your bottom. No, I'm not telling you to try this. I've told you, I'm a pointer, not a picker. And if you do try it, take that shit to the grave, literally and figuratively. God said, let it go. Right? Use the flip-flop, my friend. You had to choose you, and it was blind justice. You didn't realize that you was going to be the karma for them. Once you realize who you are, and that you are the carrier of your lineage, chosen by your ancestral team to break generational curses, to raise your progeny to boldly go where you never stepped, darling dears. And many of us have had to do that alone, and it's the best thing. Why? Because you're a big cat. And you understand that parenting doesn't come with a manual. Because you see, when you've got a progeny, darling dears, from the age of 0 to 5, right, you're teaching them discipline, okay? From the age from 5 to 12, that's when you're training them, darling dear. Yes. From the age of 12 to 18, that's when you're coaching them, giving them advice, encouraging them, whatever. After that, you can be friends with them. The thing that this person, or most people make, darling, the mistake they make is that they try to be their friend, right, when they're in the age between 12 and 18. Nah, blood. Because if you try to be your progeny's friend when you're supposed to be what? Training them, this emperor, empress, right? Listen. Between the 12 and 18, right, your progeny will test you. And you've got to make it seem like you're going to lose your motherfucking mind, blood. They need to know. You know, I don't say that. I usually say motherfucker. You got to lose your mind on it one time. And they'll straighten up and get back to the training. But they'll only do that if you don't act like you're their friend. You're their parent who's training them. Are we clear? We're clear. Right. Yeah. Don't let no progeny think they can push you around, blood. None. Wheel of Fortune, they use destiny to go through this situation, darling dear. And it's their destiny to watch you, this window shopping mouth breather that would love to come back and waste some more of your time when none of us know the what, the day, the hour, or the minute. And we've got life purpose. We've got choices. You have to live according to your North Node while you're on this Malkuth, darling dears. Otherwise, you have to come back and repeat. Yes, Demo Beckham. Between the ages of 12 and 18, you're training them. Sorry. Yeah. No. Between the ages, excuse me, Marcy, play. Between the ages of 5 and 12, you're training, right? From 12 to 18, you're coaching them, right? Don't get it confused. After the age of 18, you can be their friend. I mean, to a certain degree, right? Because there's certain things I will not discuss with my progeny. I'm not discussing none. Listen, the list is long. I'm not even going to bring it up now. God forbid they want to talk about those things. But being a big cat, my progeny can tell me anything, darling dear. If they can't tell me, to send me a text message. And if I feel that it's going to, I will find a book, darling dear. I will find a course. I will direct you to where you can get the intel. You understand? But I'm not going to be your friend, blood. Not until you're over 18, and then even then, certain things are taboo. Right? I don't listen. I'm not even going to mention it because God forbid. Your back is already focused on your long-term vision. Something that you have to work hard at, darling dear. You had to work hard. What's that, Bonita? My 16-year-old son got in my face and said he's kicking my... He said, what? Karma? Bring Nay. It's in my bedroom. He said what? Hold on a minute. He said he's going to kick your what? I can't believe my eye chakras. He said he's going to kick your ASS. He was immediately on the ground, fist busting in his face. When I got mad, 3 sons run. Listen. They don't understand, mate. They know they can't get... Imagine one of my progeny tell me they're going to kick my ass and I sleep with Nay. I sleep with my prison blood braids out, blood. What do you mean? I cook your food. What do you mean? You can think of what you may about that. I cook your food. I give you allowances. They want me to power cut them blood clot. Bring them back to the dark ages. Are you kidding me, blood? Oh, chat. Oh, you're right, Bonita. Leading with a throat punch, blood. Now he's got my 31, 16 years old, telling he's going to kick your ASS. I beg your pardon, excuse me, baking powder. I don't think my eye chakras read it right. They're going to kick your ass. This is why I'm on the cross train on a daily basis, blood. When they're sleeping, I'm on it at 5 in the morning. And that's another thing. When you're wanting to change something in your life, darling dears, change it in small increments. Yes, we have our vision board of where we're going, but it's small things. Change the time that you get up in the morning, right? Get up early. The early bird catches the worm, right? Get up early and set your bedtime, darling dears. And when you go to bed at night and you're setting your alarm, don't, I repeat, do not set the alarm on your MacBook, your tablet, or your phone. Why? Because when you go to turn it off, right, if you don't hit the snooze button, you go straight on your phone. And you're caught up in the social media. Go buy yourself a winding up clock, darling dear, as your alarm clock. Change little things, and the little things will pay off in the long run, big cat. Let me be the pattern. I didn't have my come to Jesus moment until I was 50, half of 100. I'm here to save some of you some of that. And for others, you were older than me when it happened. Doesn't matter. We're still besties, like Thelma and Louise. Without the chelation, the wise walk with the wise. Proverbs 13:20. You're good, darling dears. and you're stable and your future looks bright. A new partner, a new business. Maybe you're an entrepreneur, but it's about you taking a risk, a leap of faith, and it paying off big time, darling. Yeah. You are paid, never the maid. This is why they listen. Now these feeble-minded cretins, right? They need to go back to the crevice of the devil's balls. I'm going to end this reading because I've been able. Why didn't you tell me? 48 minutes already. Good God. Good job I got up early this morning, did my workout, cooked dinner, directed my daughter in how to make barbecue chicken. I made myself salmon and greens. Got to get the greens in, darling dear. And salad. What's this? Oh my God. And you know what the progeny keep coming to me with? Intel about Blueface and Krishan. I know everything about them. I think I even know their shoe size and them panty size because it looked like Blueface need a pair of panties. The way he's like a bitter baby mama. And the other one, Stewie, with the legs that don't match her BB. Listen, I'm not picking, I'm pointing. I see it and I say it. I say what I see. This card says meditate and contemplate. I did. I don't want to know nothing more about Krishan Rock here. I don't. Right? We've got new moon in Pisces. We're about to experience a full moon in Pisces, darling dears. The new moon is setting your intention. So set your intention for what you expect to harvest around the 14th of September. That's when we have the new moon in Pisces, darling dears. Pisces is the 12th house, a highly spiritual house. Maybe you want to raise your awareness on your psychic abilities. It's about you. Some of you will be overcoming some kind of escapism, darling dears. Whatever it is. It's also a reminder that a karmic debt, you paid that, Shiznai, darling dears. A new moon is dark. You didn't see the blessing in leaving that situation. You've paid a karmic debt in full. So bravo, bestie. Bravo. A personal issue reaches resolution. Yeah, because you are a soldier for the light and they're a shepherd of the devil. I'm seeing a crap here, could be Cancer energy. It says full moon in Cancer. A full moon, darling, there's harvesting. So somebody is reaping what they sowed, blood. Let them reap by themselves because they got the bad luck and the bad vibes. Let me get one more message from the dice. The red dice is something that you have to action immediately. The white dice is just some backup intel. We've got a 6, darling dears. 6 is about cooperation. Maybe you need to go and have a health check, or you haven't had one in a while because the 6s represent hospitals and medical centers, doctors. But it's all about something that's going to be, you're going to need some kind of checkup in the near future, darling dears. God forbid it's an STD clinic. God forbid, bestie. Because this, oi. That's rambunctious, darling dears. God forbid. It's telling you to look after your health, right? And always make time for yourself. This is very important. Somebody's overworking. Don't overwork yourself because guess what? The graveyard is full of people with many ideas that they did not complete. Andrew is saying her knees are paid in full. Yes, baby. And if need be, we get the Gorilla Glue in, darling dear. Right? The 2 is about some kind of adventure. Something new is coming towards you. It's saying that you're having an extremely lucky period in your life, darling dears. This could be in the form of money, Skrilla.com, gifts, compliments. People are going to be noticing that you're inner beauty. You're different, darling dear. Why? Because you're a big cat, right? And you're not obnoxious about it. And you're going to notice that a lot of people are looking at you. First of all, you might want to suit up and say, who are you looking at? But they're looking at you because you are a soldier for the light. And because you realize that light, it's shining on the outside. It's also about you, I don't know, a business, somebody's going for a job or your business is going to be on the up and up, darling. You're going to see money like you haven't seen before. The 2 on the dice also represents travel. Some of you are traveling, could be by the internet, could be physical travel, darling dears. But news about you is traveling. Some of you are saying that you've been reading a lot of uplifting books, spiritual books, darling dears. Go for it, darling dears. You can never have too much intel. Pardon me, that's a spiritual belch because I speaks the truth. On that note, as much as I didn't want to leave you, I have to because I don't want to outstay my welcome, darling dear. Because I've got a mouth on me. Divine love. Who's going to Africa? Can I come? But I don't want to come in a suitcase because I need my arms and legs. Anyhow, and as I always say, don't get smoked. Who's saying it with me? And don't smoke yourself. From the ashes, baby. Namaste. So glad to see you again. Remember, on the 1st of October, all the blue crosses will go. The blue spanners will go. Become a member and get a green spanner so you can help me run this show. Big cat wave. Until we meet again on these terrace streets. Cat, cat. Cat, cat. And remember, he or she who holds the whip runs things.